going on, traders? So I wanted to recap on a video I made earlier today, and that video was talking about UstockTrade and how a lot of people can move over from Robinhood to UstockTrade, or they can test the waters with UstockTrade just to see how you like it. Okay, and the reason being I would make such a video is to show you that there are other platforms out there that beginner traders can get their feet wet with in trying to trade. Now, we know that Robinhood has a pattern day trading rule that's set by the SEC or U.S. government rules and laws, and that's the pattern day trading rule, which only allows you 3 day trades in a 5-day trading period. So basically 3 day trades within 1 week of trading the market. Now, there's some things that I guess you could say I missed on the video that I would like to clarify for you. There's a few things that I'm going to go over here. And the first one being that I touched a little bit on, but not very strongly, is on UstockTrade is a peer-to-peer trading platform. So you're not actually trading the market. Sure, you're trading stocks that are on these major exchanges, but it's really transferring and trading a set number of shares from one person to the other person. So I am trading my shares to you. So it's really an exchange between one person to the next. So this causes an issue where you may run into liquidity issues. Okay, so there does come times when you're using UstockTrade and you will see a liquidity issue on a stock. And you'll know it before you're buying it. So if you do happen to run into a stock that has a limited quantity, it will tell you in big red letters right in the middle of the screen before you're about to buy. It says, basically, hey, be careful, this stock has limited quantity. And whenever I was trading on UstockTrade or just testing the waters, if a stock came up that said limited quantity, I just walked away and I just don't buy it. It's as simple as that, okay? Robinhood is good because it's free commissions and you don't have to pay commission. So for beginners, it works well, and we kind of bite the bullet on slow execution time when using Robinhood because it is a free commissions trading platform. And the same thing goes for UstockTrade. It has its pros and it has its cons. UstockTrade is a peer-to-peer trading site, so there is no pattern day trading rule. And it's a guarantee. There is no pattern day trading rule because you're not actually trading through any real broker, okay? So you're able to open an account with no minimum money required. It's $1 per trade, $1 to sell. So $1 to buy, $1 to sell, and $1 a month, very low fees that's going to allow you to trade consistently every single day of the week. Sure, you'll run into some stocks where there is a liquidity issue, and you won't, I would recommend not buying those stocks, because if a stock is moving quickly and you want to put in a market order, you won't be able to put in a market order because of that limited quantity issue, okay? And they only restrict you to using limit buys and stop losses in those particular limited quantity stocks. There are a few other things to mention. This is strictly best for beginners, in my opinion, okay? Strictly best for beginners, because if, you're a big shooter and you're gambling, not want to say gambling, but you have money, and you're up above 10,000, you're in 20,000, they limit you on UstockTrade at a maximum of 10K orders. So you're only allowed to play with $10,000 essentially. So if I want to buy stock ABCD, at most, I can only buy $10,000 worth of that particular stock and trade at any given time. I'm not allowed to have $20,000 playing at a given time. So there is a restriction on the dollar amount of money you can play within UstockTrade's platform. With that being said, I'm going to move over to something else which makes UstockTrade a little bit better than Robinhood, in my opinion. Robinhood kills UstockTrade in the game when it comes to the platform identity and the way that it actually looks. It has a cooler look and feel, and there's a little bit of more detail in Robinhood that I do like over UstockTrade. But when we're talking day trading potential, UstockTrade blows Robinhood out of the water. The execution time is so much faster than Robinhood. All right. And lastly, UstockTrade allows you to trade on your computer through an actual website. Robinhood only has phone application. You can only trade from your phone. But UstockTrade are actually allowed to go online to UstockTrade.com, open up your account, and trade from there. And now the benefit of doing this is because using a website, you have a little bit faster execution time than you do your phone. A lot of the services, or a lot of the phone service coming through your phone, has a little bit of a slower execution or a lag time in comparison to actually using your computer. So there's another benefit. The second benefit that I see, or maybe the third or fourth, or however many I went over, the biggest thing I like about UstockTrade, and the best way I can put it is, everybody who uses Robinhood at some point has probably run into the issue where you can only be ready to buy one stock at a time. You're not able to actually, unless you have 6 or 7 phones with orders ready to go on stocks you're watching, you can really only trade one stock at a time. But with UstockTrade on their website, you're able to open the page and there's at least 3 or 4 different stocks you can have displayed at a time with the amount of shares you would like to buy at any given price, and it's right there displayed on your screen at any given time. So if you're watching the market or you're watching 4 or 5 stocks at a different time, or at the same time, you're able to have orders ready to go on 3 or 4 stocks. So if you're sitting here and you're watching your monitor and you go, okay, AMD or DRYS looks good, and I'm going to look at CYTR right now. You can go ahead and have those orders ready to go on UstockTrade, and as soon as you see one of them meets the criteria where you would like to enter, you can go ahead and put your order in right online from UstockTrade, rather than being on Robinhood and you're looking at maybe 3 stocks and you're ready to buy AMD, but all of a sudden CYTR starts moving. By the time you fumble around through your phone getting ready to buy on Robinhood, CYTR has already made its move and you've already missed out. And that's the big benefit that UstockTrade brings to the game that Robinhood doesn't have. On UstockTrade, you're able to go online and have 3 stocks, 4 stocks, 8 stocks at a time ready to buy, versus Robinhood, you only have 1. So those are a few of the things that I didn't really touch on very strongly within my previous video on UstockTrade. So I want to take this time and step back and kind of just do an overview of the things that I missed that I think is going to help, smooth over some of the questions in the comment section, which I did get some, and that's primarily why I made this video. It seemed I wasn't clear enough, so I wanted to take a step back and go over and just clarify a lot of those things for you guys. So if you do have any more questions on UstockTrade, please leave the comments in the section below, and I would like to cover any other questions you guys have on it. This will not be the only video or only recap we do on UstockTrade. There's going to be many more to come, and obviously as it becomes more popular and more people start trading it, we're going to have more questions pop up. But for the biggest things that I can tell you right now is it's $1 to trade, buy and sell. $1 to buy, $1 to sell, $1 a month, very low commissions. The execution speed is much faster than Robinhood. Since I've ever used and I've put through 50, 60, 70 trades so far, I've never ran into an issue where I couldn't buy a stock, and I've never ran into an issue where it takes 10, 5, 15 seconds to go through, and I've never ran into the issue where my order doesn't get executed and it goes into a pending order that we've seen on Robinhood. And lastly, there is that problem where you cannot trade with more than $10,000 or buy more than $10,000 worth of any given stock at any given time, and that's okay, because this is just a platform, just like Robinhood, a foundational platform where you can build yourself as a trader and then move on to a more sophisticated platform, whether it be TD Ameritrade, E-Trade Pro, or you're going to move over to SureTrader or any one of those types of broker platforms that are much more interactive, that give you a better edge when it comes to trading. These platforms are just there to give the beginner trader, get their feet wet and let them start playing around with the market and get used to trading, okay? So I would suggest doing your own research a little bit even after this video if you have any questions, okay? But as always, thank you for all the support and joining into my channel. If you would like, please like and subscribe. I'm always coming out with new informational videos for anybody who has any questions, all right? So that's where we're going to end for today, and thank you for joining in.